What's up? What's up? It is your girl, Courage Molina. I'm your courage coach and your favorite Bible teacher. I want to go ahead and share something with you real quick. If this is your first time, say what's up. Even if it's not your first time, say what's up. Let me know where you're watching from. Drop it in the comments so I can see it. I'm still waiting to get notified that I'm live on my phone, and I am not yet because I want to share this in the groups. So make sure you share. Oh, there I go. Make sure you share alike. Give me just a second. If you know me, you know I cannot do two things at one time. Don't judge, okay? Don't judge. They say don't judge me, judge your mama. I think that's rude. Don't judge me, judge yourself. But don't judge me, judge yourself. All right, so this is your girl, Courage Molina. I'm coming to you live with the DOC, Dose of Courage. I am your courage coach and your favorite Bible teacher. What's good? Listen, you don't know everything. I mean, I know I don't know everything, so I'm talking to me too. But you do not know everything. I am talking to ambitious, purpose-driven female entrepreneurs, right? Like you want to level up in your life, you want to level up in business, you want to level up in your faith. And if that's the case, if that's where you are, then this is for you. That's who I'm always talking to, by the way, actually, unless I say otherwise, I'm mostly only talking to them. See, this is the thing. Wherever you are right now, right? Whatever level, because they say it's levels to this, whatever level you're in right now in any area of your life. So whatever level you're on in your faith, whatever level you're on in your personal life, like in your relationships, whatever level you are at in your business, if you are staying there, then cool. If that's like, oh, I'm good, I'm staying here, I'm here maintaining, then it's possible. I mean, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. It is possible that you know everything you need to know. Oh, I'm trying to look at the comments, y'all. It's possible that you know everything that you need to know. That's a possibility. Maybe you do know everything you need to know because you at this level, and maybe you've been at this level for a minute, so you've mastered this level. And if you have no desire to level up, then cool. But if your desire is to level up in any of those areas, then the first thing that you need to recognize is that you don't know everything. You do not know everything. And so when learning how to do something else, or you're trying to learn strategies or whatever, you have to go into those communities and into those settings with the mindset that I don't know everything. Because if you had it all figured out, if you had the answers, you had all the answers to everything, then you would be at the level you wanted to be at. If you actually knew everything to be at the next level, then you would be at the next level. Okay? And so if you would adopt a growth mindset, if you would start your day, your weekday, anytime you're going, so if you would start off from a place of, I do not know everything and I can learn from anything, like I can legit learn from the best presentation and I can learn from the worst presentation, because I can see all the things they ain't do that I won't be doing when it's time for me to present. Okay, right? I can learn from anything, but I have to start from a place where I don't know everything. Because if I start from a place like, well, I don't know everything, then when I hear something new, when I hear something different, when I hear something that I haven't heard before, it opens me up to being like, it helps me to be more receptive of trying it. I can commit to trying this new thing. But this is it. You can keep the attitude like I'm good where I'm at if you are good where you at. But if you are actually committed to going to the next level, like I am, so listen, Linda, when I tell you I am so committed to the future courage, like I'm committed. I can see her. Listen, she doing over there. Oh, she doing her thing over there. You hear what I'm telling you right now? Girl is on. I put some hashtags. I'm going to put some hashtags in this thing, like hashtag boss moves. We're always talking about boss moves when we buy something new, when we make more money or whatever, and that's great. But a boss move is knowing that I don't know everything. It's having a growth mindset. It's being coachable, so that when I sign up for a program, or when I get a book, or when I start listening to a podcast, I am listening to the podcast like this. Leaned in and expectant. I'm expecting to learn something I do not know, because I'm listening to this podcast of a person who knows more than I know about something, and I expect to learn something because I know I don't know everything. And in order for me to get from the level that I'm on to the next level, I'm going to have to learn something that I don't know. I'm going to have to master something that I don't know. And truth be told, I'm the type of person, I honestly feel like even some of the stuff I do know, there could be a better way to do it. Like, this is how I do it. How you do it? Oh, okay. I may not do it like that, but I might be like, oh, word. Oh, I'm about to do that. I'm about to do that. If I had to choose, the number one reason. So as a courage coach, what I help my clients to do, what I help my clients to do is to build these habits to support them on this journey of them leveling up, right? And that requires a growth mindset and actual growth. It's not just an acquiring of knowledge. It requires that I actually grow. And you know how I know if I've grown? When I change. You can't grow, sister, and stay the same. You can't grow and stay the same. It doesn't work that way. You cannot grow and stay the same. So if I'm acquiring all this knowledge because I know I don't know everything, when I hear a new strategy, a new way of doing something when I did not previously have one, it's not new because I had an old way of doing it. I never knew how to do it. I don't know how to build a brand. I understand that I need brand continuity. It's not like I never heard that word before, but I don't know how to make that happen. And since I don't know everything, I'm going to talk to a brand strategist, Olivia Hayward, holla at my girl, and I'm going to listen to what she's saying, and I'm going to apply it. Now I can tell you I haven't done all the things, right? This is not about perfection, but I know that I don't know everything. So when I come to a place where somebody's trying to teach me something, I am listening with an expectation that I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to get some new insight. I'm going to get a new perspective, right? And either I'm going to get some confirmation like, okay, I'm on the right track, because that's what I was doing. And then I listened to the expert. Shoot, that's what they doing too. So I know I'm on the right track, but I'm at least listening and prepared to apply. Right? I'm prepared to apply. I talked about this on Saturday's podcast. If you haven't listened to Dose of Courage podcast, this last episode that came out on Saturday, I think I called it the number one reason people don't grow. And I mean the number one reason they're not leveling up, right? The reason they're not growing in their business, the reason they're not growing in their faith is because they might be listening and hearing new things, but they're not applying that new stuff. There's no execution. And sometimes that lack of execution, it's not because you don't know how, it's because you don't truly believe that it's going to work. You don't believe what the other person is saying, but you don't know everything. So if I'm trying to lose weight and I get a personal trainer and my personal trainer is telling me what to do, I clearly don't know everything I need to know about weight loss. If I did, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to him or talking to her. Right? I'm signed up for somebody else's Bible study program, Bible study course. If I knew everything there was to know, I wouldn't be signed up, right? I just enrolled in Dr. Darius Daniels' Everyday Seminary program, right? Because yes, I teach Bible. I'm your favorite Bible teacher. I am the creator of Courageous Discipleship, right? This is strategic study in the Word of God. But do you know what I know? And I have read my Bible. I have had a consistent Bible study for most years since 2014. It's 2020. I have read my Bible all the way through on more than one occasion, and I've done it in 90 days and 90-day stints. I have studied extensively so many books of the Bible from 2013, so many verses in the Bible from 2014 to 2020. Even though I have put my time in, my friends. And not only have I put my time in, I'm gifted and anointed and talented for this thing. Like, I have a special anointing for reading and understanding and breaking down the word of God. Even though that's true, and I have been doing this for a while, do you know I don't know everything? I don't know everything. So I saw an opportunity to sign up for this program. Everyday seminary. It's 3 months. I did the free thing first. And he's like, oh, I'm like, yes, I can't wait. I got my book printed, honey. I showed up to the free days like this, showed up with my bag, with my pens and my highlighters in it, ready, because I already know I don't know everything. I don't take offense. I'm not offended by being educated. Some of y'all out here, y'all offended because somebody trying to educate you. How you mad at education? Where we doing that? I mean, that makes no sense to me. Like, where they do that? You mad because somebody want to educate you? Oh, child, I don't even get it. I don't get it. Or you're not getting the education that you could be getting because you feel like, oh, well, they don't know. Okay, well, you don't know. So since you don't know if they know or not. You don't know if they know or not. Right? And so if we just operate from this place, like if you just walk through life in any area of your life, marriage, raising kids, cooking, finances, building wealth, increasing your territory, increasing your influence. If you could go through life saying, I don't know everything, and I already know that in order for me to get from where I am to where I'm going, I'm going to have to learn things, and I'm praying for God to help me, and God sends help through people, right? And those people might show up as teachers on a live. Those people might show up as teachers through a book or through a course. Listen, Linda, God is not coming down here to have no conversation with you about how to build no brand. Okay? He not about to do that. He not about to do that. Okay? So when you get on your knees and you are praying for this knowledge that you don't have, he is going to send a program. He is going to send a teacher. He is going to send a book, a podcast. You're going to stumble on a live. You're going to stumble on a community, right? You're going to feel like it's a stumble, but really the Lord has been ordering your steps. And when you get to that place, you need to walk in there. When you open that book, you need to open a book like, I know I might have read this book 1,000 times, but I don't know everything. I know that I might have watched 100 videos on how to do makeup application, but I don't know everything. I know that I've been baking cheesecakes for 100 years. I know that I came out of this thing. I know that I've, gotten rid of my debt, but I don't know everything. If you have that attitude, right? That is one of the keys right there, baby, of leveling up. This is the habit that, listen, this is what I'm getting to. I'm about to hop off. I'm about to hit this 15-minute mark. This is what I'm getting to, okay? If you want to level up in any area of your life, it is going to require knowledge that you do not possess at this time, okay? If you want to level up in your faith, in your business, in your life, it requires for you to develop habits that are going to support you on this journey. I listened to this podcast. It's the Jordan Raynor podcast. I don't know if that's the name of the podcast, but that's his name, Jordan Raynor. He is the author of Master of One. And I started listening to his podcast after I read his book. Loved his book. His book was so good. Master of One. If you haven't read it, definitely read it. Check it out. I read that book, Master of One, and the premise of the book is really that what would it look like if we if we found out what our one thing was and devoted our energy and our time to growing that, because we realized that that's the thing that we were put on this earth for, right? It's definitely a Christian worldview, right? Where it's like, okay, I was made to teach. Do y'all know that? Like I went through that book when I was like, I don't know what my one thing is. Is my one thing speaking? I was like, what's my one thing? And I just recently read it. And so I'm already an entrepreneur. I got a full on business, but I'm still like, okay, but what's my one thing? Because I want to master something. And I want to leave a legacy of impact. When I die, I want people to stop and be like, dang, like me, whether they loved me or hated me or disliked me, I want them to be like, well, I ain't really like her, but she made a difference in the realm of faith, right? Michael Jackson, you ain't gotta like Michael Jackson music. You ain't gotta like him as a person. You can believe all the things you heard about him, but baby, let me tell you something. You know where he had impact. You know that he impacted the music world. Like, you ain't gotta like him. Prince, you ain't gotta like him. Whitney Houston, you ain't gotta like her. But her impact still stands today, right? Like, impact. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what kind of impact? People are going to be blessed through you. No, not if you ain't got no impact. They're not about to be blessed through you. Girl, bye. So I know that if that's my desire, if my aim, right, is to leave a legacy of impact for the kingdom, that means that I have to develop these habits that are going to help me on this journey, because I'm not going to arrive. We're not going to arrive until we arrive in heaven, until we transition out of this world. Do you understand what I'm saying? So on this side, there's no arriving on this side. It's growing and going to the next level and serving at the level that you put on and serving in that space that you're in. Even if your role changes, your purpose does not. Even if your assignment changes, your purpose does not. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm going to do that, then I have to develop habits that are going to support me. And developing a habit of commitment to growth, right? You need to be committed to growth. And growth is learning. It is the acquiring of knowledge, right? And applying that knowledge to your life, rightly applying it to your life. That's where growth happens. I found out what to do, and I did it the right way, whatever way that is. So now I can see the results. Now I can see that my life is bearing fruit. My efforts are, listen, everybody life bearing fruit, but what kind of fruit you bearing is going to do? I ain't going to preach. I got to get off. I ain't got time. I'm 17 minutes in, but listen. If you haven't listened to the podcast, this past episode, make sure you listen to the past episode. Okay. Make sure you listen to this last week's episode on the number one reason people aren't growing is because they're not executing. People aren't executing because when they learn something new, right, they kind of have this attitude like, maybe it's not going to work. I don't know. You don't know everything. You don't know, man. It might work. You don't know. Right. And what I can tell you is this, that the 7 essential habits for leveling up in your faith and your business and in your life, growth is one of those habits. Being committed to growing is a habit that you have to develop. Develop a habit of learning. I'm learning everywhere I go. Develop a habit of learning. I'm going to learn from this live. I'm going to learn from any live that I waste my time listening to. It's not going to be a waste of my time because I'm going to listen. I'm going to take some notes. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm about to do that. And you know what? She right. I'm about to do that. So instead of just listening to podcasts, just watching YouTube videos or these videos, Facebook lives, after the live is over, sit for a second and be like, now that was good. What can I take? Because the Lord is speaking. He's not just speaking when people preaching. He's speaking because you're praying to him, right? About getting an understanding so that you want him to bless the work of your hands. You want him to bless your business, right? You want to be blessed when you come and blessed when you go. That takes an increase in knowledge and skill. And so he's arranging for you to catch the live, for you to follow the person, to get introduced, right? And so when I get there, when I'm done listening, what I'm going to do, hey, CD, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself, okay, what from that live that I watched, what from that video, that book that I read, that podcast, what can I apply to my life? And then I'm going to get a plan of action to apply it, right? Then I'm going to get a plan of action to apply that, because I don't know everything, right? Listen, the doors, I feel like saying the doors of the church are open. The doors of Courageous Tribe and Courageous Discipleship are open. 2 separate programs, right? 2 completely different programs. Courageous Tribe is a personal development mastermind for purpose-driven, ambitious entrepreneurs who are ready to level up in faith and business and life, right? And you understand and you're ready to start developing the habits that you need in order to take you along on this journey. You want to be with other amazing women who are doing the same thing. If that's you, hit me up in the DM, slide into a message, drop it in the chat so that we can get on a call. Actually, what I'll do is I'll drop a link to my free, so we can get on a call. I'll drop a link to my calendar so you can just book a session if you want to book a session, and we can see if that's the right program for you. If you realize that you don't know everything and you are ready to get serious about your growth in your faith, right? Because strategic study and application of the word is one of the habits that's necessary if you want to level up in your life and in your faith and in your business. We got to have strategic, right, and consistent study in the word of God. And so if you're ready for that, that's a 20-week program. Again, you still got to get on a call with me. I'm not dropping a link so you can sign up, because it's an application process. I do not take lightly what I've been called to do, and I take full responsibility for those I've been called to serve. I take responsibility for those I've been called to serve in my sphere, in my programs. I pray for them before they come. But everybody's not a good fit. And so just because you have the money to pay for it doesn't mean you're a good fit. So get on the call. If you think you might be interested, then I'm going to drop a link and you can book a discovery call, and we'll see if we're a good fit for each other, if I'm a good fit for you, and if you're a good fit for the community and the program. All right. That's it. I love y'all. Check out the website. Check out the podcast and get on a call with me too. All right. Love y'all. Later. Thank y'all for joining in. I see Sierra. Hey, Sierra. Lawanda says, yes, I am her favorite. Good. Listen, I know I'm somebody's favorite Bible teacher out here in these streets. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Later.